Everybody to the first committee meeting of the Community Connections Advisory Committee. It's going to be a short meeting today. We had a neighbor who passed away, and so some folks are going to be leaving early to head to that service. So we've got about 40 minutes, I think. And really, this is going to be, since this is our initial meeting, it's going to be just some introductions and just sort of table setting. And then I think our next meeting will really dive into more of the action items that we need to complete. I understand that we've gotten a late start on this, and that's unfortunate, but I think we can make up for lost time. So,
Now, are we allowed to have more than one meeting a month?
You may have as many meetings as you want.
we're going to need it. Yeah, I think we're going to need it. So
It's a lot of things to do.
okay, so I did take a minute to introduce myself to folks as they were coming in, but I am new to Sky Valley. My name's Leslie Fletcher, and I met Benita at a mayor's coffee, and now all of a sudden I'm chairing a committee. And as I told Benita, I'm probably the least qualified person sitting at this table to run this, since I've never actually even been to the 4th of July celebration. So I have a lot to learn, and I will rely on all of you to help me through this. So appreciate everyone being here today. So the first thing I wanted to do is to really go through the duties of this committee, because as I started talking to folks and hearing ideas, I think our problems will not be around, do we have enough ideas? What can we do? But how do we focus on what we're going to do? Because there's a lot of things we could do, but obviously we have limited time, limited resources, and limited budget. So I think we have to be thoughtful about that. And I do think looking at the duties of our committee will help us be more thoughtful as we think about things in those activities that we are contemplating. So if you look in section 2 of the duties, I'm not going to read them all out to everybody, but I think some of the most important things to think about are that we need to evaluate and recommend city-sponsored community events, and then collaborate with either the staff, volunteers, or other participating organizations. I think that one's pretty clear. Assist in developing communications platforms, recommendations regarding public messaging and outreach. These communication things, that feels like opportunity for maybe some new things that we haven't really done in the past. And so I think we'll all need to think about, what those might be and how we can best serve not just the Sky Valley community, but maybe the broader community as well. Because when you look at number 7, it says support programs that strengthen community identity and civic pride, which feels bigger than just Sky Valley to me. And then also under transparency in section 3, it talks about us working to provide, engagement summaries following surveys, forums, or listening sessions, which I don't know, but I have never heard of anything like that really happening in the past formally within Sky Valley. So that seems like maybe some new area.
It has.
It has.
Yeah,
we've had surveys.
Marketing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the county. But I mean, we're open to more, and maybe the information will be different, obviously.
Right, around engagement, I guess. And then also just making sure that we're conducting an annual review of community engagement and communication practices. So we'll have to think about how we best do that. So I don't know, any thoughts or questions as think about all of that?
If I may just say something, I don't know how this has happened, but this is not the most updated of the resolutions. Everything is fine in there, but if you may recall, we had one city council member decide that she didn't want to participate, and
Right.
so I adapted this so that it would show that there is only one city council member on here, and that the chair is no longer appointed by the mayor from among the city council members. So
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have to make sure that we have the correct resolution in the in the minutes and updated.
Okay,
I
this
don't
is the
know.
latest one that Karen shared with me, so we'll talk. to her.
Yeah, because I mean, I see it has my signature here, but I do know that I had a different resolution that was passed, you may recall that. So,
Pass around.
Oh, sorry.
oh, I'm so
Apologies.
sorry, there you go.
Thank you.
So I need to find how to correct that, but
Okay.
that is a separate issue from this. I just wanted to
Okay,
make that clear.
terrific. So after looking at that, I thought we ought to discuss priorities, or at least try to discuss some priorities for this committee, and then determine next steps. And really, because we have a short meeting today, and we're playing a little bit of catch up, I think, the obvious top priority right now is the 4th of July celebration, especially because it's a 250th anniversary and we want to do some, additional special things related to that. And we've had some ideas. People have put forward some ideas, and I think, we need to talk about that. If, what else we'd like to do as part of that celebration. We already have a lot of things planned between the city, the country club, and the property owners association. So thinking about the calendar for that whole week and everything that's going on, it's already pretty packed. But I think there's, definitely room for more activities. So I will try to go through a quick summary of the week of what I know is planned so far. Sharon, keep me honest on this and help me make sure I don't miss anything here. So Jim was kind enough to send me some notes. And so really starting with the country club earlier in the week, they're going to have, I think they do wine tastings, and there will be one that week. Starting on Wednesday and Thursday, they're going to have fun game days, slides, and blow up for the kids on Wednesday and Thursday. They're going to have matinee movies, popcorn, hot dogs. On Wednesday, they're going to have jazz in the clubhouse. And then on Thursday, they're going to do the wine dinner with a band, a military band. And then you really get to the big day, which is Friday, when we do our, the property owners does the pancake breakfast, then we do the parade. There's the Sid Weber barbecue. And then after the parade, there's, I guess, and traditionally been a lot of games and things for the kids to participate in until fireworks start. I believe that the club is going to have a band playing out on the patio, and the club will be open, the bar will be open that day. And then I think what's new is then on Saturday, the 4th, the club will also be doing fireworks. So we'll have fireworks on Friday and Saturday night. We have t-shirts that Sharon has already ordered, and they've come in, and here they are if you guys want to see them. Celebrating
Sold one yesterday.
250 years for $15, right?
I did.
Okay.
What a deal.
And I guess the club is going to have t-shirts this year as well. And so, yeah, a lot of, like I said, extra things going on for the 250th. So Sharon, remind me of some of the other things that you just told me this morning that we will be sponsoring, the city will be sponsoring earlier in the week.
Well, we've talked about an ice cream social, and that would be something that the city would do at the city pavilion. We had talked about a hot dog lunch, but the club, we don't want to over hot dog people. So we can't afford burgers, so I guess I hate to grill, onions, but anyway, I've ordered the pole banners for and normally we put up the 4th of July, Freedom. We've ordered the 250th. I've ordered 4 large flags that are 250th that'll be put at various flagpoles. T-shirts are here. We have 2 food trucks lined up and the snow cone truck. We had also talked, this is a big one for me that I was trying to plan, is a patriotic walk on the 2nd that would start at our city pavilion, go up to the entrance and come back down and end at the pavilion as well. And that's a walk, we could do it earlier in the morning or later in the evening. Well, I don't know what the club on Thursday, we maybe want to do it in the morning.
That's a big hill to walk up.
It is a big deal, but we're inviting families, strollers, wheelchairs, pets, whatever want to walk. There's also, I had designed a t-shirt for that. I didn't bring that, I'm sorry. And, a poster and some things to put out. It would be $15 to participate, but you get a t-shirt on that one as well. Any questions?
You did send me the poster for the walk.
Mhm.
Be sure that you add pets on leash.
Yes, certainly. Yeah, and that was just a draft, obviously, but I thought it looked decent.
Yeah.
So,
Under city events, are we still looking at doing the duck race and all that stuff?
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That- that's
And
always
the
been-
that's
Dunkin'
a good-
booth people
Oh,
emailed me
yes.
today and said if we're gonna do the Dunkin' booth, we need to get that reserved.
How well received was that last year?
What?
The Dunkin' booth, we,
Apparently very well.
I think,
I bet if I go in.
but this year I'd like to do it
Well,
for free, for totally free, and then donations accepted.
okay.
That way, you know, because we don't wanna charge the little kids when they're throwing 3 times and it's not even getting to the,
And they can go up a foot away, throw it at.
oh, yeah. But it was quite refreshing. I will say this, we had several volunteers, and I did it after it was over with Public Works people, but I'm telling you, on a hot day, it's very nice. But that's always, the Dunkin' booth, rubber duck race is always huge.
What, 500 usually, from 500?
Oh, yeah, at least 500. And Lisa, I believe, will be doing that. I need to talk with her again if we can get volunteers for
Yeah,
her.
we'd have a riot if we didn't do the duck race.
Mhm.
Oh, absolutely.
So I had the minutes that Sharon gave me from last year, talking about all of those events, you know, during that afternoon time. And then there's, obviously lots of things going on, and we're gonna need volunteers to help support all those things.
Mhm.
I don't know that, you know, if we want to add to that, I think, Jim, you had sent some, you know, suggestions of other activities we could do during that time. I had sent out a few things. I don't know if we wanted to, you know, keep it more kid-friendly, focused and lighter, and just little fun games and activities. Also, Chaz had sent a suggestion that maybe there was like some projects or crafts that
That's very
you know,
cool.
older folks could do with the younger folks, you know, teach them how to make something, you know, small and easy to do. So we have lots of ideas, and
So
So-
just as a reminder, and I'd mentioned this before, that Clayton is having a parade as well on the 4th. And I think it would be great if we had a city float in that parade, the 250th parade. So whoever, I hear that the Olivers have a fabulous float, so I would like to suggest that maybe we ask them to keep their float until the next day, and perhaps the city offer to contribute something toward that float and I don't know, I'd have to talk to Jason about that. As far as the 250th theme.
Our floats, and maybe we could wrap it in some way with the tarp, but our floats easy to transport? I would think.
And if we
would
go very slowly down
Sure.
there, and they generally what they do is, I don't know if you've been down to Ishi's Grill.
Mhm.
That lumber yard that's right in front is where Clayton does their, assembles
Mhm.
their floats,
Okay.
like for the Christmas
And in
parade
Georgia,
and
you
so
are
on.
required, we have a trailer like that for our
Uh-huh.
business, and you are required to license plate it. So there usually is no issue going down. But you would need to ask him, does he have
Well,
the
we
trailer
have to
license?
do that.
And we'll ask
Maybe.
Raven Forward about that, because they're sponsoring the
Yes.
floats, and so that'd be a fun.
One of the things you
marketing
need to
opportunity
do
too.
more than anything else is expand your exposure and to take Sky Valley down the mountain into Clayton, forward Raven, Chamber of Commerce, Rotary. You need to expand it because over the years, our generation has shrunk. And this is the duck race is one of those things that they bring every kid from scaly, et cetera. That is, again, a good PR thing. And what you're looking for is exposure and PR.
'Cause we got a lot to show off.
Yes,
Proud,
and,
be
and,
proud.
but you've got to get people up here. And with Sky Valley, they have to be coming up here. We're not on the way to anything.
Right.
It's got to be specific, 4th of July, you know, and I've floated in the parade in Clayton is one of the smartest things you could do. And I want to tell you also, we normally had a marshal in the parade, didn't we, on the 4th of July?
Didn't they have one last time? Yeah.
You're talking about the 4th or the 3rd?
The
Or
third.
the 3rd, I
The
call
third,
it.
yeah, the third, yeah, this one would be the
But
day
this is-
after, the Clayton one would be the day after.
Good
And
thing
it makes
about ours
sense.
It does.
Is they're all free. Jason tries to make sure that everything we can offer is free. So that brings a whole lot of
Absolutely,
people, up. And we'll make sure and kind of
yes.
advertise that way, free activities for the family. But if we need more kid activities, like I know you had mentioned, Jim shared those you had for the,
Well, I want to do this one first. And I had a neighbor in Florida. She did, that was her thing to give back. She did it every year. But adults and children can do it. Write notes to our soldiers.
Great idea.
So that kind of goes along with some of the ideas that I had around, so one was 250 lights for 250 years.
Right.
And so you get those white paper bags and put the little LED lights in there, and then people either buy them or we give them to them, and they can dedicate them to a veteran, they can dedicate them to a family member, community member, you know, to America, you know, whatever they want to dedicate it to. If we can get 250 of those lined up along the street, like before the fireworks or something, you know.
But what we would have to make sure of is that they're not paper bags, they have to be plastic.
Oh.
They make those
Luminaries.
They make the luminary bags that look like paper bags but aren't plastic, but we have so much rain down here, we would have an absolute disaster
Okay.
if.
full and blowing away.
Yeah, that
Okay.
too, the sand, we do the sand in there, but if we could get that, they have kind of a clear plastic fold out thing.
Why don't
And if we put the LED lights in there and the sand in there, then they'd hold up, because we have rainstorms and sudden rain almost every day
And we
here in
could have a
summer.
booth for the letter writing. Someone man that and have stationery there that they can pick from and
I'm
have a
thinking painted
booth.
rocks, red, white, and blue. too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead, Jim, I'm sorry. we cut
And
you
then
That's
off.
all right, that's all right.
That's a great idea.
Mhm.
And
Postage would be
to
your,
start off with, we're gonna have the flatbed trailer.
As our, like for the stage.
Yeah, okay. Watermelon eating I'm sorry.
We do have an older trailer that we transform into a stage. We've got steps that you can go up.
Yeah.
We put the
Yeah.
Put the
same thing.
bunting and stuff around it, yeah.
And I thought it'd be nice at some time or another during the day, but probably before the parade, is have the raising of the flag. And I assume that that flag in front of the lodge, it still works. It did put
It
a
does
church
work.
there. Okay.
Mhm,
And then have music
mhm.
and then have the parade. You know, I think that just gets everybody in the mood.
Yeah, they need to like erect a flagpole across the street if necessary. That would be
Mhm.
something to think about. That would be on our property.
Patriotic.
Yeah, and, yeah, that'd be great.
And,
And sing the Star Spangled Banner, is that what you said?
or
I'm reaching out.
Do we
to-
have, maybe some of the church choirs could participate in that?
The only church choir around here is at the Arabian Gap Presbyterian Church, but what you can do is get a hold of Dee, and they have the keyboard at Grace Cathedral Chapel and High Holly, and they would, I'm sure, get together and become a little ensemble for
Thank you.
patriotic music.
Yeah.
And we used to have John Hoppies that carried a boom box and walked down there, and Sharon Hoppies would sing, and she was a monotone. She was
That's
and
funny.
she would sing and John would carry the boom box.
and who
it
was
was-
Uncle Sam last year? That was
That's
awesome.
all.
That was-
Dan Ball.
Dan Bowman.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, and that
He
is,
loves to do that.
that's from
And Norma,
Erbelding. That's the Erbelding
My daughter
Norm.
said.
Uncle Sam.
And who was Captain America one year?
That
I mean,
was
it's
black,
perfect,
yeah.
17, you
Yeah.
know,
It was just
But
some
we
young
need,
person. I
Dee
don't know.
Ballmer usually drives the marshal's car, I don't know if
Yes.
we.
Well, his
need
wife,
that.
his wife does that.
Yes, I
That's
don't,
why he walks,
I know, I'm saying that we'd have, reach out to
Florida
them.
walk. yes.
That'd be great.
And I think we could do one or two things, have flags for everybody that comes. And they're not that
Ordered-
expensive.
No, I've
They're
ordered
not.
500, but.
that's.
But I
my
mean,
thing.
That would be
and we
good.
have-
How nice would it be doing a parade that all 300 people sit there
That's
waving
what we
a flag?
had
So-
last, Jim, where have you been?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
taking pictures. That's what I'm doing.
We did.
That's what I'm doing.
I ordered 500, but we always do.
Okay.
So, have you talked to Jason about a budget for the project yet? Maybe one of those things put on the agenda, not on the next agenda is to
Next
have a
steps,
talk
yeah.
with Jason about what the city can do as far as the budget for this
Okay.
extra special
Jason,
Right,
celebration.
okay.
He'll make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
He can find the money.
You
I
know,
have
we
confidence
used to have in the parade, the dogs,
Yes, yes.
but it's too hot for the
too
dogs to
far.
walk all that way with the hot asphalt. It's just too hot. We had ours in it and it's too, but sometime during that, maybe before the parade or after the parade, have it just maybe from the pavilion, city pavilion down to the lodge. And have all dressed up in patriotic, and even have a little contest.
I think a
for the best.
contest would be
Yeah.
fun.
Well, you know,
A box of milk buns.
I like that, and this
Keep it
is
simple.
way
Yeah.
bigger event than the fall festival, but if you remember, our fall festival, it fizzled because we just didn't have enough participation. We're
Well,
on the fourth.
I think we could, they still had dogs in it last year. We just didn't do it. It's
Yeah.
Bentley's too
Okay, so
special.
who
Didn't-
is that?
Didn't the marketing committee, they kind of touched on possibly helping them with some financial
I know,
assistance?
but I
We're
can't
paying for
remember.
Volunteer shirts, but
Oh, I
they're
know, I
so
remember.
inexpensive, I think
That
whatever they
was-
budgeted, they'll allow. I think it's 2,000.
We budget around $30,000 for Independence Day and Fall Fest. So there's money there.
Okay,
Of that, about 10,000 of that is the fireworks, 10,
Right.
11,000. So that leaves you a little around 20,000. So there's the ducks, things like that aren't too terribly expensive. We might even have, they're going.
We have those banners though.
The POA, not the POA, the timeshares in the past had donated the hot dogs and hamburgers, but buns, and I don't know if they'll do that this year, but they have
Yes.
done that, and the fire department has been gracious enough to cook, so there are some, that helps with some of the costs, but,
okay.
Oh,
What has the POA, what has their response been? I've heard,
well, they
Through the
do
grapevine.
breakfast, but that's just part of the.
Their
ceremony.
well, that's their
But
fundraising.
the timeshares is, I think usually by the time you order 500 hot dogs, buns, chips, I think, what have we, on the water, we,
We provide them.
the condiments, the water, things like that, plates and stuff, but it, usually winds up being about $1 each. By the time-
Well, they say the new president, Bidi, is very good.
He is.
Kim is
Yes,
very
I
good and
met
you
with
can work
him.
with, and it would be nice to reach out and include him more,
and that's.
as much
He's
as
on
we
the
can,
markets, yeah.
because he is being cooperative.
And that's what I was thinking, that if we have, you know, a dress-up contest, costume contest or something
Yeah.
like that, ask for sponsors this time around. I mean, I have a small business, yeah, I'm willing to sponsor a gift certificate as a prize, and maybe the timeshares could sponsor a weekend as a prize. And
It'd be nice.
yeah, I'd like to get out of my house.
Be more
sometime.
incentive for people to do it.
They
Exactly,
can
let's
give a
not-
pool membership
For the,
Mhm.
for the
Or
fest,
for
I
people.
think.
for the swimming pool.
For any contest, it doesn't matter, you know,
Oh,
let's
Right.
get some, skin in the
Sponsorships.
game from some of the businesses
Yes.
in the area.
Well, a few more of the ideas I had was.
Yes,
All of them are around the children, mostly watermelon eating contest.
I think it's good for adults too. Maybe we just do separate ones.
Yeah, and, tug of war, sack races.
potato and
this might
spoon.
be good or not, water balloon fights. I mean,
If it's hot enough, it would be
Yeah.
fun. I'd participate.
Well, I wanted to do a balloon release and we were told.
No, no, you
Yeah.
can't do it because of the
No.
birds, but you can do water
but they're
balloons.
just gonna sit.
Throwing and you keep
They're
moving
heavy.
further and further and the people that have the balloon together with.
Who's cleaning
If
all
you
the
get in that
balloon
love
mess
with
up
it.
is
Oh,
what I'm
I'd love to
saying.
throw a balloon at you.
That's a lot of balloons thrown
Chuck,
around.
yes,
Those little,
yes.
those little pieces.
Yeah, yeah, volunteers have to pick them.
Well,
Sorry, Jim. go
That's all right.
ahead.
I like it though, because I mean, it's hot.
We've done it in the past and we just never could get the timing right to have a band. And I've got a guy, I think he's great. He's a country and he's very reasonable, very reasonable.
Okay.
But if they could do patriotic as well as that, just all during the day. Because the biggest problem we have is keeping people after the parade. They bail.
Mhm.
And so we've got to get it out there early and have stuff for them to stick around with.
See, those things are cheap, tug of war,
Oh, yeah.
those, the water balloon sack races, it's the volunteers to stay, because I wanted to have a croquet, not croquet, cornhole tournament.
Yeah.
But it takes somebody to actually be there all day, arrange, and, you know, it's devotion.
Well, they could practice just have time for the competition, that way.
And yeah, if you have your agenda
Right.
of activities for the day.
Oh,
Right.
that would be-
Kids
And
come
this idea, I think,
together and
is really cool,
rework
is
it
have
as
a,
we do.
have a booth with pictures of the dogs or family, just have it made up with bales of hay or whatever, and then decorate it a little bit, and have a photo
A
booth.
photo booth.
Yeah,
yes,
Like we did for
That
the
would be
fall.
smart.
Cody created that.
yeah.
Oh, well, Teresa thought.
And Raven Forward had a photo booth at one of their events down at Dillard House.
need
The-
is
That
Polaroid
actual photo booth with
Yeah.
the professional.
the Valley girls had the skis at the,
Yes.
at the,
Yeah,
That's what I'm
They
thinking,
had-
we can, you can,
you just get a little props, get a top hat,
Yeah.
flags and.
And I think
banners.
Cody did a good job of coming up with some water things for the kids last year.
I like.
But
But we need more. mean,
I know.
they do it- Yeah, that's why I like the fresh ideas.
And
There was some kind of bucket, fire hydrant bucket thing we came up with and
Oh, yeah, the water, they did a little duck race in the
Yeah.
trench, and then they did bubbles.
they were cute.
And that little throw the washer.
And that occupied a lot of time for the kids getting registered. And I want to tell you, it's
That
a
duck
zoo
race is
registering
good.
for the duck race. It is a zoo.
Yeah.
it's bigger.
And it takes, what, 4 people?
Yeah, I think it was
Minimum
4 people, yeah.
to-
y'all
to
did a
sign
good
'em
job.
and,
We had
somebody,
volunteers, so that worked out.
have you done the duck race?
I've been there, but I haven't had a duck in it.
No, I mean, have you done the organization? at
No,
the
I'm
beginning of-
usually again taking pictures.
Lisa Rozier has done it the past 2
Okay.
She's
years.
done a good job.
I haven't, I think she will do it, but I have not.
We can get some
That'd be
old
great.
ladies to help with that too.
Well,
They
it's
just
the
said they're
pre,
registered.
That's
it's
right.
the pre, like Lisa has taken the ducks and numbered them all. And then,
Okay.
you know, right, it just is a lot behind the scenes that people kind of.
There's a lot of moving parts for that too,
Mhm.
because
I bet.
you
I
have,
need help, yeah.
well, the problem is you have to make sure they understand, because what happens, is, one year, one kid threw his duck in and everybody threw their ducks in.
Yeah,
Early,
And,
yeah.
but we do have a screen that we can kind of.
Drop in the water.
That will stop it. And then all the kids can throw their ducks in and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and we raise the screen up when they go off. But then we have to turn around and boogity to the other end. But it takes about 15, that's a racing term. by the way.
Or the older kids are standing,
Hey,
throw the duck way out. ahead of everybody else.
We have to sashay really quickly to the other, to the
I like
Woolly
the
Bridge
Disney
to
better,
collect the
whatever that
ducks. But since we have, the first year we started there at the turn, but now we've extended it with a pedestrian bridge. That adds, it takes about 15 minutes to do the race, so that's kind of a perfect time. It's not so long, kids are getting bored. And, it gives people time to kind of walk along the edge of the,
Is that bridge, is
Yeah.
that polished?
yeah.
I like that. It's a good start and it gives a little longer time. The kids are engaged, the whole time chasing, watching their ducks.
Mhm.
So, I'm mindful that we've got to let you guys go in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Jim, did you want to finish your list real quick?
I've hit the highlights of
Okay.
it.
I had some, I had that idea about the 250 lights, and then something similar was either put up like a wire or a wall and have index cards, same kind of idea. And then people could respond to a prompt about like, what does America mean to me? Or what does American mean, being an American mean to you? And people could put those up. So I don't know that we need multiple of those ideas. So if everybody thinks, writing the letters to the veterans is the best idea of those,
Yeah,
or I mean, to soldiers is the best
Especially ones
idea.
from Raven County,
Okay, then we can do that. Or, one of these, I think we need to do something that's meaningful like that in addition to all these kids' activities.
The other thing I had suggested to Sharon this morning was that we do something at the pavilion with local breweries one afternoon, a red, white, and brew. I came up with that. And have some of the local wineries and local breweries bring, and then you have the bracelet, so everybody knows that it's adults, and 5 tickets for $20 or something like that.
So the
people-
club's doing their wine dinner on the 2nd.
Yeah. Now, the
Thursday.
whole thing
That's for
about the
food. That's
club
for
is
food.
that's for members.
Right, no, I
Oh,
understand, but
yeah.
we might
And
lose
yes,
And
people.
they really,
yes.
Even the fireworks, well,
Yeah.
people being in the back supposedly.
Well, if you did that between after the parade, that definitely would keep people around.
It would keep people
Well,
around
red,
after
white,
the
and
parade.
blue.
I can't organize all of that. so-
Yeah, well, and that's one, that Sharon touched on this, I like these ideas, and I say this spiel every year, we historically have not made this, because that day is always a holiday for the city. We do have staff members who want a little extra overtime, but we have not made staff work on these scheduled holidays, so it's, the staff, we can do the behind the scenes stuff to make it
Right.
great, but it's volunteers are what makes it
it's always.
awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So, that's where it's gonna be so critical to have the volunteers
Right.
that can come in and do all this.
and I feel I'm a little challenged on that because I don't know a lot of people, so.
Good way.
Definitely gonna have
Good way to
to-
be.
Yeah.
I wanna say something, and this Joyce Peavy's death is a very good example of this. It came out from the Chapel of Sky Valley, it came out from the Garden Club, it came out from the family, it came out from the Swans. Nobody knew what was going on. It was absolutely a Chinese fire drill because there is no central place. Connie Larson used to do it with the prayer
She
warriors.
still does.
Well, but
Living now.
see, she's moved on. There is a disconnect in communication. And I don't know how it happened, but you know what I'm saying, Jason? There are little pockets of people who knows what's
Yeah.
Country Club did too.
Yeah.
There's little pockets of people,
Mhm.
but there is no over
Arching.
thing. There is
Yeah.
somehow for 4th of July to get volunteers, it's going to have to go out to everybody, and you're gonna have to make volunteering for the 4th of July to be the thing to do.
Yeah.
You've gotta make this absolutely, of course, I'm gonna volunteer for 4th of
Right.
July.
Okay,
And I don't know how you do it, but I can tell you, you will get volunteers if you can get that energy. Am I
So-
making sense?
Well,
yes,
making sense.
absolutely.
And,
What if
and
we-
this, I will just say, was the entire idea for the communication connections,
Mm,
community
yes.
connections. It was not about the events per se. It
Okay.
was about connecting the community. So
Yeah.
I'm so glad that Leslie agreed, and I'm so glad you all, with all your connections,
Yes.
agreed
Well,
to
and it's just-
participate. Thank
If
you.
we have a couple of signs,
Yeah.
one at the post office, well, anybody want to volunteer, would that be something?
I have a recent retiree
Or a
with
banner.
lot of time in his hand.
Because of
Yeah.
that.
Well, and Leslie, you need a person for your volunteers to get in touch with, so they're there and we
Okay.
don't lose them.
Yep.
Your mom would be good.
Well, she can do it because she's.
I know, but her mom,
Okay.
you know how
Sharon knows.
mom,
I know.
she would go
So
get-
next
She's gonna
steps, I
do
just want
Valley
to
View.
wrap up here. I'm sorry that I know you
Yes.
guys have to go. So one, we need to schedule more meetings. So you guys are open to more than one a month right now, between
I think-
now
I
and
think
July.
Oh,
we got
yes.
it.
We got to do it.
Oh,
Okay,
God, yes.
terrific. I will try, you said 10 works better for you. Tim told me early morning or late afternoon because he's working. How about you, Barbara?
You get up by that time?
I'm up at 6:30, for God's sake.
Okay.
Yes,
Not them.
Yes.
yes.
Okay. All right, so
tennis.
I will get some meetings scheduled And then I will also try to put down, like, I'll work with Sharon and we'll put together like the calendar of events for the week, like a tentative calendar of
Yes.
events with times, but each day. We'll see where we've got opportunity, where we can slot things in based on the discussion that we've had, and we can talk about which things we've traditionally done and which things are gonna be new and special for the two.
And I'll say this, we put a lot on Sharon. And an event like the 4th of July, it's a lot to do.
Mhm.
And the more people can help or whatever, will be a big lifesaver. 'Cause
Mhm.
I think one thing we failed at, it's not because of you, is that we don't, okay, we've got to catch people if they get out of their car or as they come into Sky Valley. I know there's people who live in Sky Valley, but they should have a brochure. At this time, we're doing this, at this time, we're doing
Map.
We did
that.
that
A
one.
map.
We did, I know,
1 year.
but,
Yes,
I think that's.
it's just too much for her to do everything.
yes, and
Yeah,
it just,
I
okay.
Even a
Work.
mail out, even a
When-
mail out of the.
when
year,
do you
yeah.
have to order your
We
fireworks?
did that and it was really nice. And then we
It's
had
already
people.
done.
making
I mean, I mean,
Yeah.
the-
we have a
Oh,
confirmed
sorry.
date, we have not signed the agreement yet.
Okay.
but,
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
the
but it's
breakfast
hard to
and
get
then
people to want to stand at the entrance a while. I mean, you get 2 people at least, but
Yeah.
you don't have a
Yes,
lot of volunteers.
But
yes,
really true, the pancake breakfast and then the parade, if we can just capitalize people right there,
Yeah.
we'll be way ahead of the
Yeah.
game.
yeah.
Like giving out the flags or
Terrific.
any
The
brochure
maps,
or
the
maps.
brochures.
I
And
think
we
that's a
have
great
the
job.
QR code signs too for people who.
Not everybody is up on
I was gonna.
I mean,
ask you a
people
question
are.
It's an
about
option
fireworks.
to
Pardon?
have that sign.
I was gonna
and
ask
we
you
have
a
the
question about
brochure.
fireworks and stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you a
Sure,
question
that's
about
QR
fireworks.
code on service.
For what?
You were asking me about ordering fireworks. I was gonna answer your question about how the fireworks works out. We've been using a company called Munnerlin out
Okay,
of Columbia, South Carolina.
okay,
And basically, we say we want this 3-inch shells, 4-inch shells, 5-inch shells is this much, and then, probably gonna use this about a 15-minute show, probably gonna try to do a little bit longer
Good.
this year. They
Good.
coordinate with the fire chief as far as getting the permit. And, the fire department sets up a truck there. We set up at the head of the dam and. use
you've got
about-
it covered, good.
And the club's gonna use the same company, I think, too, right?
No, I think
Uh,
he's doing it himself.
Yeah,
Oh.
because,
Yeah.
yeah,
Ryan is doing it.
because
Oh.
the reason we can't
Whoa,
do
whoa.
You're kidding.
it, the reason that we can't do
One, two.
The 4th.
the 4th is Munnerlin, the company we use, they have a preset agreement with the Dillard House.
Yes,
And the Dillard House always shoots on the 4th regardless of what day of the week it is.
yes.
So they give us a little bit of a price break because they're already
Yeah.
mobilized to be here. So, but yeah, we're probably figuring it's gonna be probably around $12,000-13,000 this year.
And we love it because it's fireworks on the 3rd, and then you go down to the Dillard House and you go to their big cookout and their fireworks.
And I think Highlands has one on the
Yes.
4th.
Okay.
And so it's Lake
A lot
Region.
of politics with the
terrific.
fireworks
Yeah,
though,
like
because
right.
every year I'm the one that has to tell them when to start. If I tell them too soon, people are grabbing because it's too light.
Yeah,
If I tell them too late, well,
It's
I'm ready to go home.
usually 9:30.
You're not gonna win that
Yeah,
one.
And it's never long enough.
If you ask 10 people when you should start, you'll get 10 answers.
Well, that's right. Usually about 9:40, because by then it's just, it's right after the summer solstice. It's
Yeah.
right.
Good.
People
Okay.
start bringing their lawn chairs and putting out around the
Oh,
lake
yeah.
Oh, my
at 9
gosh.
o'clock in the morning. I mean,
Yes.
it's just that many people wants to see it.
And you cannot touch them and move them and put your purse
No,
down.
and have
I
to-
mean, this is,
So that.
it's like your church pew.
It's
Don't
like,
you
it's
dare
like the
sit
cruise
there.
ships.
Yes.
There you
Trying to
go.
get that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This has to do with the Fall Festival. Chuck Fight contacted me through my husband and said, I need someone from this committee to contact me when they want the car show for the fall
Well, I said.
festival, because he's gotta get with the organizations that people from the area or out of the area even that bring cars to that car show.
Okay,
And so he needs you to call him,
okay,
and I can send you that information if you'd like me to.
sounds good.
FITE, Chuck
Okay.
Fight is in charge of it
But
this
you
year.
don't have a date, do you?
Well, he's gotta talk to her though, cause
Right,
he's
but
got
if,
to get a
if-
date
If we
early
can
on.
hold off on that, we have a few other things that we need to put in place before we reach the.
Yeah.
the-
Well, his issue is if he
He needs
doesn't get it
advertise.
this month or very soon, he's not gonna be able to get a car show.
And normally all of
So,
those people are invited to these meetings, fire chief, police
Right.
chief, public
Exactly.
works,
So,
Chuck,
it-
Grace, Rick.
So we can't delay that. It's already been delayed. You know what I'm saying? It's already been delayed. So now he's up against deadlines for car shows throughout North
And-
Carolina,
and
Georgia.
What is his exact deadline though?
I don't know
Last
that he
month.
has an exact deadline. He's
So-
getting pressured. You better get it on
He
the,
goes to festivals and hands those
Yeah.
out, and festivals, you know.
yeah, they've got to get it on the calendar is my point. Because car shows for the entire year are already scheduled.
Big competition.
Yeah,
Space is an
it's a
issue,
big
yeah.
competition,
We've got
so
to
we'll
decide.
lose it is the idea.
Do we have space? for
One,
that?
I know with this meeting.
Well, they do it every year, so I don't know what they did last year, the car show, for the fall festival.
It's in
Right,
the
I'm
parking
thinking
lot
Space may be an
of
issue.
the old
Right,
club,
but-
Right.
and that has to go through Merrill.
But I'm just relaying information.
Okay.
I don't know anything else more than he's saying, I still have not
Yeah,
given
just send me
them.
his information.
Yeah,
That'd be
because car shows have to be advanced, like a year in advance. I
I'm
mean, they
glad you
need to
said
know
that, because
early.
I talked to Chuck the other day about that.
Yeah, we're April.
And not to, because this is priority right now, what we're doing, but we've got to, Fall Fest, to get vendors, you've got to start early.
Yeah,
I'm a vendor, and I've already received 3 invitations to other shows.
that's the issue with the car show too. Yeah.
See, I mean, it just,
I've done a date, so I mean,
It-
I
it
can,
takes
I
a
send them
while.
out normally now, and we say June 1, you get a discount if you register, but everything's in limbo,
Right,
Right.
went into limbo.
Oh,
so, because this is our first meeting.
oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
I
We need
need,
to meet
I
as
need
soon
to
as
ask
we
a
can.
question before we break. I know we're talking about events. I've got to order porta potties. That's
that's
important.
important.
So I need to, I need to know how many days we're thinking, because we're talking about all week. You know, those things have a shelf life in the summertime about.
Oh,
3 days.
goodness.
But we have the public
This is
baseball,
serious.
pickleball court, everything mostly
I
is
know,
near.
but we usually have like hand washing stations and things like that, so.
Yes, you've got
Well,
to, because there's no public.
So are we thinking like, cause usually what they do is they drop them off, the day before, and then they.
Yes, visitation is from 1 to 2.
So I mean, what are we,
I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is probably.
But you know, I was disappointed, but kudos to the club. They jumped out there and got stuff planned for every day. I don't see where we can fit anything in other than the 3rd. I really don't.
The walk on the 2nd, the ice cream social on the 1st, we
But,
could,
but it's enough people gonna be here to do that.
even locals, but I'm saying it's still an effort to celebrate the 250th. And I
Yeah.
mean, and this walk, I picked the 2nd just because I thought more people would be here. We could do the ice cream social after that, but I didn't know how people feel after.
There are
that.
other things though going on early on the 1st and
But
2nd.
the city needs to be out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
do we
need to
want the
just not
scouts,
conflict with it.
with the volunteers, I'll reach out to Lisa
Yes, you mean for Fall Fest or for this?
well, either.
Both.
Well, you could use them on the duck race, definitely.
No,
We could use them if they
my
would.
daughter dates her son, so I know how to get hold of her.
All right, so
Everybody, I
we
am
good here?
sorry, but
Okay, thank
we're
you.
gonna, we're gonna miss.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Thank
I've
you so
got
much
time.
for.
And I'll get you Chuck's number so you can.